Hi and welcome everyone. So this video is about attachment styles and why you need to know your attachment styles to have a healthy relationships. So really quick, in the first part of the video, I will have timestamps down below. For the first part of the video, I will be explaining what is attachment style and what are the different types of attachment style. And after that, I will give like how can you make your uh, I don't know, relationships better. And if you are asking about my credentials, like what makes me qualified to give advice on that, well, I mm, I had a pretty shit attachment style, and I have worked on it, and I have become better over the years. So attachment style is basically how you like to be attached to another person. Basically, like how you were treated as a child, and based on that, you kind of have a certain type of way in which you actually likes to be loved or like to form close relationship with other people. So there are four different types of attachment style. One is healthy, avoidant, anxious, and disorganized attachment style. So I'm gonna go through them pretty quickly. Let's say you are dating someone and you are okay with them when they want to take some time away from you, and you're also okay with them when they actually demand your attention and emotional attention and a closeness with you. If you're okay with both of those when they happen naturally over the phase of the relationships, as you are starting to date or dating in the long term, you will probably have a healthy attachment style. Like it's completely fine that you are fine with your partner's needs and meets their demands. So basically, people with healthy attachment or secure attachment style usually have like a high enough self-esteem and a trusting nature towards the humankind in general. Now, next come is the avoidant attachment style. So avoidant attachment style in the same kind of situations where your partner would demand that to go away for a bit or like to be alone for a bit. Avoidant attachment style would be pretty okay with that. They would be completely fine with that. But when their partner would probably demand closeness from them or emotional attention from them, the avoidant attachment style would not like that closeness, would not like that, and they would probably um, like they wouldn't feel comfortable in those scenarios basically. So why that happens is that an avoidant attachment style has a pretty good self-esteem but a very low uh, view of humanity, or basically like they don't trust people as much, you can say that. But so yeah, so they kind of want to be independent of them, and they would like want their partner to be independent of them and want themselves to be independent of their partner as well. Now, the third is anxious attachment style, which is basically the complete opposite of an avoidant attachment style. Like you would be completely fine and completely okay when your partner is having a closeness with you, is having emotional, like have an emotional attraction with you, and like demanding emotional attention from you and closeness from you. You'll be completely fine with that if you have an anxious attachment style. But on the other end of the spectrum, if your partner maybe wants some space for a certain time because he's working or something like that, you will not take that very well, because anxious attachment style have a very low self-esteem, so they tend to be a little clingy. They have a pretty high esteem of, or pretty good enough view of humanity, so as a result they like think everyone will leave them and all that, because they are not good enough, because they don't have a good self-esteem. So one is disorganized attachment style, which is a mindfuck kind of attachment style. Basically, a disorganized attachment style is a person who has like low self-esteem and at the same time does not have a trusting view of humanity or human beings. So as a result, like if you are being close with them, they would have a problem. They would be like, I don't want to be close with you so much and all of that, and they would want you to be independent of them and want themselves to be independent of you. But at the same time, when you are kind of moving away and kind of um, like doing your own thing and all that, when you want time alone, they would act like an anxious attachment style and would be like, why aren't you close to me, why aren't you this and that. So yeah, it's a constant back and forth, and it's really confusing to people who are in relationships with anxious disorganized attachment style, because they not many people are disorganized attachment style. Most of us are either healthy, anxious, or avoidant attachment style, only a small group of people are actually disorganized attachment style. So yeah, there's a good chance that you are not a disorganized attachment style. But if you are anything apart from healthy attachment style, if you're like anxious, avoidant, or disorganized, you can actually make your attachment style closer to your healthy or secure attachment style by going through, by having a present mind and constantly trying to be better. Like, I do not get very personally, like I don't like to get very personal emotionally in the YouTube thing. But yeah, like I have either avoidant or disorganized attachment styles, one of those. I'm not entirely sure which one because I'm not a psychologist, but mine really close to that avoidant or disorganized attachment style. So this is another thing that I do, is that every time I'm in a relationship and something scares me about this relationship, I actually do that exact same thing. And after doing that, when the relationship, instead of getting weaker or instead of breaking up or something like that, the relationship gets better and better. I mean, I like that's and like that's a feedback loop in itself, that like yeah, my fears are not always correct. Like nowadays, personally try to be close to someone as much as I can, even with friends and families, because I found that like not only I'm like avoidant in relationships, but I'm also avoidant when it comes to like being friends. Like I'm so, for example, in my last relationship, my boyfriend told me that he loves me after like I don't know, like like 3 weeks or something like that. So yeah, like as an avoidant person, my usual reaction is to run away from that. But instead of doing that, I took the healthy route and I said that, hey, look, it's very fine that you like me and you love me and you have these feelings, and your feelings are completely valid, but I personally do not feel that way right now. But that does not mean I will not feel like those in the future. So yeah, I would still like to continue with this, but I might not end up with those feelings, but I might also end up with these feelings, and this is the thing. And when I was like truthful about this thing and all that, my boyfriend reacted in a way that is like really understandable. And yeah, instead of our relationship going downwards, our relationship kind of got stronger, and from that we moved. We were in a good place. So basically, communication. So, and also if you're anxious, then yeah, like communicate your anxious desires that you have, like that like a lot of anxious people, like my boyfriend was an anxious person, and he would constantly tell me that like he has this desire, like he has this feeling that I would leave him every time, like I go away, I leave him for a longer period of time because we were not staying together or everything like that. So yeah, like we would discuss all of those, and yeah, at the end our relationship was in a better place. So basically, communication, if you are any of those, then identify your fears, exactly what your fears are and what you can do to make them better, and just do them. It's pretty simple and it's pretty intuitive kind of. So hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. The other videos are on the I think right, left side. Yeah, other videos are on the left side. The subscribe button is on the right side. And I hope you enjoy this. Goodbye.